My company, Scientific EdTech, develops math teaching. We're turning children into math stars using science and game design. This means that we provide digital teaching for children at home, but also at schools, so they actually can improve math scores. And in my PhD, I could show that math teaching with our program improves student scores. So if they practice 19 hours of math, they improve half a year of regular math teaching. And I like to be able to show that we have evidence, but also that we use one of the best methods ever used in the history of psychology, cognitive behavior therapy, or CBT, which is a very effective way to teach students. So using game design to keep the students' motivation up, and CBT, and showing that it works according to scientific standards. That's what we do. So my background, I am a cognitive behavior therapist with a psychology background. So I always enjoy the theory that you can change behaviors and you can actually standardize to some extent how you change behaviors for larger populations. But I realized that we should use cognitive behavior therapy not only to do it in therapy, but to improve teaching, because it's a perfect way to improve scores in math or critical thinking. So I could see that it has been used in the US, CBT, but really not to a large extent and not very successfully. So I had a model in mind. I could see that Headsprout, a very good reading program in the US, had used the same methods. I went there in 2006 and realized that I have to start with the little ones, and the only thing I could bring back home was mathematics, looking at their books. The other ones had too much text. So I brought home mathematics books, started trying it out in different schools, financing it mostly on my own, but also from the Board of Social Health and Welfare, Socialstyrelsen. And that led me to later on realize, okay, the only way I can do a real CBT program teaching something at schools is to do a PhD. So actually I did my PhD to do this product that I always wanted to see. And what I learned from the PhD was how to do very effective instructions and how to do gold standard evaluations, randomized controlled trials. Thinking a little more, how did I end here? Well, I took a course, 7.5 point course at Lund University, where they taught researchers how to turn their research into commercial things. And there I also applied during the course to have some mentoring, and I realized that I could actually start a company with the help of LU Holding. That was really important for me. I got lots of advice and connections with people in the business world, also on how to build a company, which is important. I think that was crucial for me. I would have a hard time reaching the now 11 investors on board on my own. So the support from LU, getting the business angels aboard, Per Vargeus in my case, he was more like, he's currently my supervisor in business. Before I had a supervisor teaching me how to do scientific research, Ata Gaderi. But I think it's very important if you can get someone who actually likes what you do, who you get along with very well. That's been so helpful for me, and it also made me get the first team in place. Now we are 6 full-time employees, 1 part-time, and we're recruiting another 4 persons the upcoming months. And that's really because I have this network through LU Holding. Yesterday I pitched at Connect in Gothenburg, 2 weeks ago in Connect in Malmö. These are networks that LU Holding has access to. So I actually hooked up with at least 5 angel investors yesterday and 2 more angels investors the day before, and also family offices, because I realized when doing math, trying to change something in schools that's been around forever, it's really hard to find capital. It's even harder to find research grants to support a product that is worth researching. So that is an advice I have actually. If you want to do commercialize your research, check if it's possible to get funding from the research agencies. In my case, it's not. It should be, but it's not. So I had to go the commercial way, which has some benefits, but also some drawbacks. This autumn has been really hard. I've been struggling a lot to get the financing on board. I can see now that we're actually going to make it, but it's really important then to have these networks, good advisors in the board that LU Holding helped me set up has been important, but foremost having a senior partner in business, in my case Per, has been essential. If you're from the social sciences faculties or humanities, it might be even harder to get financing, I believe. Maybe you need to work on policies when it comes to school, for instance. We're trying to set up things in Almedalen, in Lund University's place. So that could be an advice. Work on policy a little if you can. Try to get some people who think this is a really important idea because it's doing the world good. You might want to go for investors such as family offices, people who are very well off and also have invest with their hearts, as it's called, and their brains, because they want to see economic outcomes too. I think that could be finding the right investors and the right network. Find a fantastic co-founder, and I found that one, and that's Henrik Rosvall. He's the CTO. I can't program, he can program, but he can also he knows how to advertise, how to sell things. He's also very good at design, and foremost, he's very fun to work with. I think that was the even more crucial thing for me, to find someone who can work with me along and to not be alone in this. That is very helpful. Someone you actually really like and want to be a friend with for the rest of your life.